Hey everybody, it's Booster Pack Reveal. In this video, I'll be covering my new series, Analyzing NBA Top Shot Subscribers Collections, Episode 1. Before I continue this video, I just want to remind everyone that this is not financial advice. Please do your own research and invest at your own risk. Alright, for those who don't know, I go by the Top Shot user ID, Early Adopter. That's my same user ID for Discord. You guys can find me on the NBA Top Shot Marketplace chat. That's where I'll be hanging out. Alright, so I thought I'd make this new series just to mix things up, and I've noticed that a lot of people want me to analyze their portfolio, so this is what I'm going to be doing in this video right now. Alright, so let's start and go ahead and look at our users that suggested their username on the community boards. So the first person I'm going to be covering is RobGad. Okay, so let's search that up. So all of everything I'm saying is basically unscripted. I'm just going to be reviewing what I see, and I'll give everyone my honest opinion about their portfolio. Okay, so RobGad. So we noticed that this user is in the top 5%. With 62 moments and a 22% return on investments with a 1,137 profit. So right off the bat, this seems like a decent portfolio. As long as you're not in the red for the profit and loss, you're doing pretty well so far. So everything is already sorted by the highest ask price. So we got the Luka. And this looks like you got this Luka from the Seeing Stars, so congratulations on getting this, especially with a number 76 serial. That's impressive. Alright, so I noticed that you purchased some other stuff here. So you got Steph Curry. This is the 3-pointer, the 10,000 LE. So this is, this is from the Seeing Stars. So it looks like you did buy a few of them actually. So you look like you're building a Seeing Stars collection, which is pretty impressive. For a second, I thought you got this from a pack, but then I realized this was a purchase, right? So good job on buying it at 500. And you got a number 5045 serial. So these are pretty decent serials. And yeah, this is a pretty good collection so far. I'm noticing that you got a lot of good star players. You got Giannis, Damian Lillard, Nikola, Marcus Smart. That's a Series 1. So at least you got a Series 1 there. It's always good to have a Series 1 in your collection just because it retains its value, especially in the long run. And I usually recommend people have a few Series 1 before they move to Series 2. But at the same time, everyone has a different budget. So it looks like this user did... looks like they're trying to complete the challenge here. So really good job on your collection. I don't see any of them in the red, especially for the Seeing Stars. So I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Yeah, so I see another Series 1. You got the Alonzo. Yeah, I wouldn't be worried too much about the $35 loss. It's just very small. Like over time, you're gonna see it back in the positive. So yeah, you do have a good mix of Series 1s as well. So this is a pretty good solid collection in my opinion. You got a mix of everything, and also you got a lot of the Series 2 collection, especially the 15,000 LEs. Those are pretty good. They're really scarce. And yeah, this is a pretty solid portfolio so far, and it tells that you're doing really well with your profits. So yeah, just gonna quickly go through this again. Yeah, so this is a pretty solid portfolio, and you're like, when you bought these, you didn't buy at the highest peak, so it's just a minimum loss on these one. So I would say, yeah, this is a really good portfolio in my opinion. It's very solid, especially with 62 right now. Usually it's going to be really difficult to even build a 100 moment collection. And that's usually the goal for most people, because I think in the Discord channel for NBA Top Shot, there's a 100 club, so you guys can apply for that as soon as you guys get 100. So yeah, in my opinion, this is a really solid portfolio, and keep up the good work. And I hope you get a good reward serial number for your Seeing Stars challenge. All right, so the next user I'm going to cover is SneakerP. So I'm just going based on the first few people that submitted their usernames. And I'll try to make this video short and break it down to different episodes, so that way you guys don't spend like half an hour watching this. I'm gonna maybe do like the first 10, and then I'll just keep building episodes based on every 10 users. All right, so SneakerP. So you look like you're in the green with a good return on investment at 324%. So good job on that. And you only have six moment, which is not bad, especially if you're new to NBA Top Shot. You're doing pretty well. You're still in the green. You can always use some of these moments and trade it for other moments going forward. So your prize moment is a Luka. So good job on getting that from the Seeing Stars. That's like really impressive. And you got some Series 1. You got Cody Zeller. Not bad. Under $100, that's not bad, because I could see right away that this person has a small budget, and looks like most of your moments were from the packs, and you probably sold maybe a few to trade in for Series 1, I believe. And yeah, you got Tyler Hero. I'm not too big on the other players. Like I just focus on star players, but you got Tyler Hero and Luka, and yeah, you're doing pretty well with this portfolio, I would say. As long as you got some limited editions, 15,000 here, you got 10,000 here, and you got a Cody Zeller, which is pretty good in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, good job on this portfolio. I would say you're on a good track. And don't worry too much about that little $15 loss. This is nothing. It'll bounce back up eventually. All right, next person. And Plo Pierce, I believe you did suggest this in the other poll, so thank you for giving me that idea. I thought I'd mix up some of these videos just to take a break in between some of my other ones, just because sometimes there are days where you don't have anything to analyze, and it's probably good to sorry about that, mix things up. Okay, so you got 8 moments. Your return on investment is 207%. That's pretty good. And yep, your profit margin in your account is pretty good here, so it looks like you're doing really well. And yeah, so you got the Seeing Stars and you got the Zion. Congratulations on that. That's a pretty good pull. Let's see what else is there. So you got Series 1. So it looks like you purchased this one here. And you got Taco Fall. So I'm assuming you took some of your moments from your collection and sold it to trade it in for some other moments. So that's a pretty good move right there. So you're turning, I think there was 5 moments in the Seeing Stars, so you turn 5 into 8 moments, so that's a good move right there. And you got Series 1, so that's good to mix it up. Sometimes it's good to sell some of the Series 2 to trade up for Series 1, but for quality players, of course. I'm not too sure about Nerlens Noel, but usually Series 1, when the entire price goes up, everything goes up basically as a whole. You got Taco Fall. I have some of those, so that's a good one to have, especially if it's 12,000 LE. This is his first NBA Top Shot moment. And yeah, you got Michael Porter Jr. So these are some decent players. So your collection is doing really, really well so far. 207% return on investment. And yeah, keep it up. I would say going forward, maybe add some more star players, some more solid ones, like Steph or Kevin Durant and stuff like that, just to stabilize your portfolio with things that people would want in the future. So but your prize one is Zion, so I would definitely keep that for the long run. Okay, good stuff. All right, let's see, my next one is going to be itscorbssss. Okay, let's take a look at your portfolio. All right, not bad. So you got 28% return on investment, 7 moments, and 339 profit. So let's take a look at your prize moment. So interesting. You went with the approach with, let's see here. I'm just trying to think how you got to this point. Okay, it looks like you did get a, okay, you didn't get a, actually you did get a Seeing Stars pack, and it looks like you traded in your moments for other moments and probably added your own money to some of these players. So Darius Garland, so this is series 1. That's pretty impressive. So it looks like you're trying to build a, you bought 3 of them. So I'm assuming that when these appreciate, you're going to sell them as a profit and invest into other moments. So that's a pretty smart idea. And you obviously bought this one a lot earlier because of the price at $98, and everything else appreciated to 319. So good job on holding that really long. A lot of people don't have the patience to hold things too long and build that appreciation. So yeah, you got Steph Curry from the pack as well, so it's good to hold on to that. Yeah, so this is a pretty good start. I would say just to hold on to your star players like Nikola, Steph, and I noticed that you're going to use these to probably sell in the future to fund your packs or to purchase other moments. So good job on holding these ones for appreciation. Okay, so that's a good collection, good stuff. Okay, Vegeta 48 Nappa. Let's take a look at your collection here. Okay, not bad. 67% return on investment. You got 47 in your collection. That's pretty good. And your profit and losses 1,728 with a total of 429. So not bad. This is it's a good portfolio so far based on the numbers I see, especially with the collection. It's always good to have more. Okay, so your prize moment is the LeBron James. Good job on getting this. I know it probably hurts buying it at a $1,400, but this is something that you would hold long term, just because I feel like everyone needs a LeBron in their collection no matter what. I usually go for LeBron as like one of the top like things I get from a portfolio, especially when I was starting off. I did get it early on, and then I started building it based on the other star players. So don't worry about that 501. It will appreciate back up over time. Okay, and you got a Rising Stars and Seeing Stars. So congratulations on getting both packs. That's really hard to get. And you got the Michael Porter Jr., which he's pretty good, and Zion. So good stuff. This is really solid, right? Like that makes up for your 501 unrealized loss. So remember, when I say unrealized, it means that you haven't sold it yet for a loss. So don't worry about that red number. It's not a big deal because your overall portfolio is pretty solid when you have Zion, LeBron, and then you even got the Luka, right, from the series 2. So this is pretty impressive. So it looks like you bought this one as well. Steph, Nikola. Yeah, this is a pretty solid portfolio. You got Kawhi, Damian. I like what you did here. So you know what? You have a lot of players in here. I'm gonna bring your name to the Intangible Market. So what I do here is I just look it up, and then I just want to see like what you own in terms of quantities, because that usually dictates like your portfolio going forward. Because you're obviously, if you buy like more than one of each player, you're using that to your advantage by selling it later for a profit. Okay, so what I do is just sort it by quantity owned. So it looks like you bought 2 of the Jeremy Grant, and this is series 2. So obviously when these appreciate, you can sell 1 of each and put it towards something else. Yeah, this is a pretty solid portfolio. You're doing really well. I would say you're on the right track, so keep it up. Okay, next one is Praystations. So yeah, like the previous person that I just did, you seem like you know what you're doing, so good job on that. Alright, so this person here has 62 moments, 14% return investments, and 1795 profit and loss, with a total count valuation at 13.980. So good job on that. It's a pretty decent portfolio there. So, oh wow, so you went straight off the bat and bought a Kyle Lowry, which seems like a good purchase you made here, just because I appreciate $555. Good job on getting a Series 1 metallic gold rare. That's very solid in terms of portfolio. Everyone needs, like, at least, in my opinion, everyone needs at least a rare at minimum for a Series 1, just because those will go up in price over time, especially with the amount of limited edition it is, like $299. Imagine like 5 years down the road where we have millions of users. So millions of users will probably want one of your Kyle Lowry. So that's pretty good. All right, and your second one. So you took a loss on a Series 2 LeBron. That's not a big deal. Remember, this is unrealized loss. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Prices will go back up over time. And you got the Fred VanVleet, the rare Series 1. This is good stuff. I actually don't even own a Fred VanVleet rare, so I probably need to add one to my collection. But I was specifically looking for the MGLE, because the rest of my other top Raptors players, like Kyle Lowry, Anobi, Pascal Siakam, are all MGLEs. So I tried to make it consistent, and that's why I didn't really purchased Fred VanVleet that time, because it was just too expensive. You got the Luka Seeing Stars. Congratulations on that. That's like probably the best pull from the Seeing Stars. But it doesn't look like you bought it, so that's actually pretty good if you bought that one. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. So you did get Steph Curry from the pack. I see that here, but you did purchase on top of that. So good job on that. So you got a good mix of Series 1 and 2. This is a pretty solid portfolio based on what I'm looking at. You got a lot of star players here: James Harden, Giannis, Anthony Davis. Good stuff. So now I'm not gonna go too much through it. I'm just curious to see if you did any of the multiple moment purchase. I like to see that in people's portfolio, because it shows that you're thinking ahead and you plan on using that to flip for profits to fund other things. So let's take a look at what you did here. Oh wow, so you did do the Fred VanVleet. Nice. This is pretty impressive. So let's see how much you paid for it. I'm just curious. So you're going to basically use this as currency, which is very, very smart of you. Okay, let's take a look at how much you paid for those. Good stuff. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, so you did buy a whole bunch and at different prices, so you did average out a bit. Honestly, this is not a big deal what you did here. Okay, oh look, okay, this is interesting, because I noticed that you purchased the newer one at 35,000 one. So it looks like you're just building a collection. No matter what the price is, you're pretty much cost averaging, right? So obviously no one can time what the bottom price is. Like when I bought my Fred VanVleet, I bought it around $4 to $5, and it went low as $3, but it wasn't a big deal, right? Because that was the lowest it can go. So we don't know how low these one can go. It could be possible that it might fall back to $5. But if you continue just to buy, a whole bunch of these over time, you're cost averaging it out, right? So this is a pretty smart technique you're doing right now. And I wouldn't worry too much if it doesn't appreciate much over, like, let's say $12, $13 at the highest that you paid. It just takes time, right? You're basically preparing yourself for Series 3. So don't worry about short-term price fluctuation. That's just how it is. So good job on that. I'm pretty impressed. So good. This is a very smart portfolio that I've seen so far, especially you're diversifying. And I understand that some of the other guys were starting off with probably a low budget or just with a pack. So this is just a good example of a good diverse portfolio with a lot of Series 1 mix with Series 2. And buying quality moments as well. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more, and I'm gonna continue the rest. So I'll probably end it off at this person here, and then we'll do another Series 2 after, depending on if people like this video series. Okay, NFTglee, you're next. All right, so this is pretty impressive right off the bat. 567 return investments, 13 moments with a 1,118 profit and a total account valuation at 1315. So very impressive so far. It doesn't look like you spend that much money because it looks like most of them are from packs. Okay, so right off the bat, your star player is Precious, which is from the Rising Star from the pack. So it's not bad. You got Giannis, 475 from Seeing Stars. So it looks like you got both packs. Good job on that. I was only able to get the Seeing Stars pack, so yeah, not bad. And then you got a Zion from the pack as well, pretty good. Tyrese, not bad. Wow, these are good pulls so far from those packs. Jeremy Grant, so it looks like you purchased this one. So all these ones look like you purchased. So it looks like you're doing that same technique. You're buying a whole bunch of like players that you think that will appreciate a lot over time, and you're gonna probably use that to fund your next, your next pack or your next player moment. So don't worry too much about the price drops. Like I said, over time it will appreciate, and these ones are the 15,000. So obviously the supply of these ones will be consumed faster than the 35,000 cc's. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. So not bad for a portfolio. I think you're on the right track, and you got a good head start with some of these good pulls from these Seeing Stars and Rising Stars. Okay, next person, I got Adrian, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is the first time I'm seeing a portfolio with a negative ROI. So sorry to hear that. I know it probably hurts, but in the long run, you'll be fine if you hold it. Like, don't worry about short-term price drops. I always like to encourage people to think about the bigger picture, because obviously some people might have bought during the market peak, and it happens. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta hold long and just let it recover, because eventually all these stuff will go up over time, especially when you have a whole bunch of new users joining in the future, and people will want the obviously the older moments, just because they have higher value in terms of appreciation over time. Okay, so you got 33 moments, 1509 loss, with a total account valuation at 3,529. So I wouldn't worry too much about this, to be honest. All right, so your star player is Kevin Durant. You got him at 1,100. This is not bad, to be honest. The price will eventually bounce back up. I think the market price is going for 7 something right now. So let's take a look. I'm just curious to see what the price is right now. Kevin Durant. So 693. I think you'll be fine. Like it will appreciate over time, just because it's his first, I guess, first recent moment. I know he has a Run It Back series one, but I don't count that as like the first recent one. This is his first one after his injury, so you're good. Let's see, you got a base one, not bad. You still in the green, so you look like you bought this early before the prices appreciated a lot. So good job on that. You got a Kyrie Irving from the Seeing Stars pack, so good pull, not bad. Let's see, you got DeMar DeRozan, Series 1, so you got a good mix of Series 1 and 2 so far. And, yep. So, yeah, it looks like some of these players you bought while they were at its peak, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, overall, over time, these are going to be appreciating over time. And you got a lot of good players. You got Damian, Tyler, Anthony. So you got some cool cats too. You got from the pack, so that's pretty good. And it looks like you bought a whole bunch of Kawhis. Unfortunately, you bought that at a higher price, but you know what? It'll bounce up. Like, these ones are pretty good, just because it's his. I think it's his 10,000 or 20,000 point career. I have to double check on that. Yeah, looking good so far. So it looks like you're buying multiples of each, because I know what you're planning on doing. You're planning on, selling one of them and keeping it, so that you can fund your next moment or pack. So honestly, hang on in there. This is not a big deal. Like, people are always going to have, those ups and downs, but remember, in the long term, you're going to do super well, especially when we head to Series 3, and then this whole market will get more users entering and spending more money. So not to worry, right? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do one last one here before I do another episode later on. I just want to get what people, feedback is. If people like what I'm doing, I'm going to, make more episodes. But let's take a look at this one here for now. Okay, so this is the last one. All right, so 66% return on investment, 32 moment counts, good profit there, 2107, with a total account valuation at 5263. So not bad. Okay, right off the bat, I see LeBron James. So you're on a good track, and you seem to bought it at a good price. So good job on buying it at $400. You got some good appreciation there. Kevin Durant, looks like you bought this recently at $712. Not bad. So that's a good move on your end, because I think in that area it's actually I would say a good below average cost in the market right now. So you got a good deal on that. You pulled Anthony. Okay, so you look like you did a challenge for Anthony Davis. So good job on completing that challenge. And let's see, you got some Obi. You bought that, so there's a good appreciation. As a rookie, so it's always good to have recent rookies. So you did the gift challenge as well. Good job on that. Zion, good purchase. So it looks like you did a pretty good job so far. I'm just based on what I'm looking at what you got, and you got some good pulls from these base set packs, especially Steph Curry. Like, that's impressive. Good stuff. So it looks like you didn't get any Seeing Stars or Rising Stars, so that's unfortunate. But it looks like you did do the challenge, I'm assuming. So like the fastest way to figure if someone did the challenge by holding their collection is if you go to their profile. Let's say if you search it up here. So this is what I like to do when I stalk like other accounts. I'm just curious to see what they own. So it looks like you joined early January, so you did have a good start before a lot of people. If you joined in February, you probably end up buying at the peak. So it looks like you are experienced with the market so far, and you have a lot of interesting things on sale. So I'm just going to quickly go to your moments just to see if you actually did complete the cool cats. So the best way to do this is go to the search, and then you search up cool cats, and that way you can figure if this user holds all the collection here. So it looks like you did do the recent cool cat challenge, and you got your Anthony Davis. So good job on that. I know that the price fell a lot, and yeah, it's up to you if you want to hold a complete collection. I personally hold all my completed challenges. So for example, if I go back to my complete challenges here, you can see that I completed 3 in total ever since I started in December of last year. My first one I completed was Cool Cats Challenge 1, and then the second one I completed was the Gift Challenge, and then Cool Cats 2. So the next one I'm doing is the Master Challenge. So obviously I'm going to complete number 3 and 4 of Cool Cats, and then have the Master Collection all done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you go to previous, you can see like all the moments, all the challenges I didn't do just because I didn't have the funds for it. These were a lot of the rare and legendary challenges. So it was only, I think, this year that they started doing common challenges. So I'm glad they did that, especially how it allows people to be included in these type of challenges and not just let it for like people who are more established with deeper pockets. So I'm glad they are doing these type of challenges, and yeah. So yeah, good job on your portfolio. I think it's pretty solid. I wouldn't worry about these tiny losses, and it looks like you're doing that whole approach where you buy a whole bunch of them and then resell later to fund your next pack. So it's a good solid plan what you have here. So good job on that. Yeah. So yeah, I would hold on to LeBron. Like, this is your prize moment. Everyone has their own prize moment. For me, it would be my Luka, and it's something that you want to hold long, because it's gonna be harder and harder to even own one of these, especially when there's new users joining. And the fact that you got it at $400 was amazing, so you don't have to worry about the price on that. And I wouldn't sell it, in my honest opinion. Okay, so anyways, that brings the end to my first series, episode 1 for the analyzing subscribers collections. If you guys really like this video, I highly recommend you hit the like button. I like to see this over at least 50 likes, and if you guys do like this, I'll make more episodes. Please feel free to give your feedback in my comment section. And if there's something else I need to analyze, let me know. I'm always open to figuring the best way to analyze people's collection. But right now, this is just my first episode, and I'm just pretty much winging it. So yeah, if you guys like it, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.